Hi, I'm Mark Keeley and I'm a youth worker at SL33. My job involves working with young people to get them into a positive destination, such like employment, training or college. Having dyslexia has been a huge struggle all the way through my life, and I didn't really like school at all. I didn't go to classes much, so I left school with not much qualifications.
SDS have been with Mark right through his journey, throughout school, giving careers advice and guidance, developing his career management skills, onto activity agreements with college, further education, and then ultimately he's went on to a modern apprenticeship, and he is working very closely with the colleagues that all offered him support throughout his journey, which is a tremendous thing.
So we first met Mark while he was in school. He spoke to his careers advisor then, and there was an interest in film and media. So Mark went off to college, enjoyed the course, but it was becoming quite clear that Mark's passion was lying slightly more towards the photography side. So one of our team actually went into the college to speak to Mark and put the options to him of activity agreement, training, whatever he decided to do. So Mark at that point decided he would like to come to the activity agreement programme with East Ayrshire Council, and from there Mark then went on to training with Street League. During that time, we were keeping constant contact with Mark. Part of our role is to speak with parents, so we also spoke to Mark's mum just to see how Mark was getting on.
There's someone there that is looking after you, and that's what I had, and that's what I want to put onto young people as well.
So Street League is an employability organisation that works with predominantly 15 to 24-year-olds, where we create and deliver workshops, bring them into a fun environment that they want to be in, and also use the power of sport, which can help improve their employability skills. Mark get a chance to take or use his photography skills, where Street League actually used some of his photographs for our social media. So I think that's kind of gave him the confidence to continue.
But the nice thing that happened with Mark was that during that time, and he was taking his photographs and making the video, he started to work with young people who were themselves on activity agreement at that point. And the flair just seemed to be there. Mark just seemed to really engage with young people. He seemed to really enjoy that line of work. So when the opportunity came up for a youth worker with East Ayrshire Council, Mark jumped at that and he applied for it, and he did get the post.
Being in a modern apprentice environment and getting hands-on experience of the job, and doing the qualifications as well wasn't like being in school environment at all, and having the support around you was such a good thing, because it was like they've had hands-on experience as well, and you're learning and picking knowledge from that person, and you're implementing that into the qualification, and you're learning that and taking it on board. It's changed my life for the better. Now I know I've got a career path that I want to aim to. I love working with young people, and being an inspiration to them really helps, and being part of someone's journey is just an amazing feeling, to be honest.
Mark, from when I had met him back away about 4.5 years ago, he was reluctant to engage. He was reluctant to come on the summer programme because he'd lost his self-esteem and his confidence. I actually think a lot of people probably in their lifetime couldn't achieve what Mark has achieved, all stemming from coming into being a youth worker.
It's a job that I fell in love with. I wanted a job that something creative. Having that support network of the team around you helps as well. So coming into SL33 and being a young person myself still, and working with young people, I've been through everything, and saying, if I can do it, you can do it, basically.
There's a very strong partnership base in East Ayrshire with a common goal. That common goal is ensuring young people are moved on to a positive destination. We use resources, we share resources. Critically, we share good practice. There's no one precious about their role. And that works. It means that everyone is confident with each other and trusts each other. But I suppose the key to it is it's a young person that gets the benefit of that.
I oversee this SL33 building, which is a new venture which we've designed during COVID. And the reason behind this build is to bring all the partners together to make the opportunities and the destinations for all the young people in East Ayrshire more accessible. In SL33, there's no 2 days the same. It's very much down to the individual young person, and we're an all-age service, so there's lots of different activities happening here which keeps the buzz about this place. The creativity behind it is all down to the individual needs, which means that journey can go any direction. Communication is the biggest thing for young people's journey, and we always say for every journey we need 10 people at least involved to make that happen, and that's where having SDS at the beginning of that journey and to seeing it through right to the end with us, that's a dream come true in any world of work. In between the partners, that is SL33 holds all the partners of all the stages, so that makes the journey happen as well. The journey from start to finish, it's not going to just be 12 weeks. It has to be, you have to have that long focus.
It's important that providers work together because, for instance, there might be a service that Street League can't provide for a young person. There might be certain barriers that they face. They might be suited off better to another provider. But for instance, there could be other opportunities that some other provider could have that Street League don't. So it's important that we all come together, and that young person basically is getting every opportunity under the sun.